morning everyone. I am now in Sydney, which is the final stop on my Brisbane to Sydney trip, and this morning is going to be a very exciting one because I'm going to be meeting up with my best friend Josh and his fiancée Chantal. They're actually flying to Perth today, so Chantal and I have been messaging for the last couple of weeks trying to figure out how we can meet up before they go, and I feel so bad because I keep planting the seeds to Josh and saying things like, this was last week of course, I can't believe I'm not going to see you before you go to Perth. And little did he know that I was speaking to Chantal, arranging a surprise meetup for today. But I thought to myself, how am I going to go there and not be detected? I can't wear the bucket hat because it's too obvious. So my cousin said I can borrow her cap. And if it worked for Joe in you, it's going to work for me today. Anyway, enough about that. I better go and get my ferry because we all know what I'm like with being late for things. So I will see you in a little. I'm now at Circular Quay. I've got my disguise at the ready, and Josh and Chantal are about 20 minutes away, so I'm going to go and hide somewhere at the Opera House and get ready to surprise him. I'm now on the other side of the Opera House. They are coming in to the left, so I'm just hiding over here on the right, and I've switched back to the bucket hat now because I managed to go undetected on my way here. They're literally right in front of me. Excuse me, I don't suppose you mind taking a picture of me?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So I said goodbye to Josh and Chantal around an hour ago, and I'm now in Anzac Memorial Park. I've had a really nice day seeing them both, and I wish them both the best on their adventure to Perth. I think tomorrow I'm just going to catch up with some editing, and then I've got a few activities planned throughout the week, which I will be filming and taking you all along with me. Rosalie and I are now in Wendy's secret garden, and I can imagine this being really nice on a warm day, but it's really cute, and you can see... No, you can't. I was going to say you can see the Harbour Bridge, and you can also see the Crown Casino building in Barangaroo. Rosalie and I have just finished in Wendy's secret garden, and I understand why it's a secret garden because you kind of go in and it seems like it's just a small park, and then you go down the steps and there's like this whole crazy little area with loads of plants, which is really cute. We're now walking back to Harbour Bridge. We've just walked past Luna Park, which you can kind of see in the background. Rosalie and I went to the Sydney Botanic Gardens, and then she hadn't been to the art gallery, so we went there afterwards. She's gone back to her hostel now, and I'm just on my way to go and meet Lauren. We're actually going to go to a comedy gig tonight, which I almost said would be funny, and then I realised, poor joke. I've lost my train of thought now. What I meant to say is, I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. Not funny. Good afternoon everyone. I realised I ended the last clip quite abruptly on the bus because I didn't film anything past that. I didn't film anything to do with the comedy night, but we're on to a new day now. So I'm going to be exploring in and around Sydney Olympic Park today. There's about 4 or 5 stops on the way there that I'm going to be visiting, and as always, I'm going to be taking you along with me. see 5 of the vessels that have been left here. So it used to be a shipwreck yard in the 60s and 70s where ships that weren't used anymore would come here to be decommissioned and disposed of. But apparently the yard had been removed, but the shipwrecks had just been left here. It's quite fascinating really, because you're just walking along the path and then you just see this one that's just been left here. My next stop is going to be the Badu Mangroves, which I think are about 10-15 minutes from here, and then I'm going to do the Brickpit walk, and then after that I will be going around the Olympic Park area and seeing how much I can see. But from the map it looks absolutely humongous, so I don't quite know if I'm going to be able to get round to all of it or how much of it I actually can see, but as always, you know me, I'll try my best. So according to my maps, I'm obviously this little blue dot here, and the Badu Mangroves are straight ahead, which should be easy enough to get to. I mean, just got to walk through here. I'm just going to follow this path around in the hope that it will take me to the mangrove entrance or exit, because I do some foolish things, but walking through that would be top tier, I think. How lovely. Just look above you. I'd rather not. I found it. I'm so proud of myself. I mean, all I had to do was walk another few meters, but ta-da! This is beautiful. I feel better that I'm off the ground, of course, and that I don't have to wade my way through. I mean, I'm only joking, I wouldn't have done that. I'm now en route to the Brickpit walk. I'm now en route to walking into a spider's web. From what I've read, it says that the Brickpit Ring Walk is a habitat, it's a home for endangered frogs and other wildlife, but it was actually named after State Brickworks, which was a company that was established by the New South Wales government in 1911. I was curious to find out a little bit more, so I've just looked online and it said that it is estimated that 3 billion bricks were produced here. 3 billion! So many of the houses in Sydney were actually built with the bricks that came out of Homebush, which is here. I have finally made it to Sydney Olympic Park, so I can see 2 stadiums here and another one ahead. And that is the Olympic Park. It is a huge area, and I could only imagine the atmosphere in the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games. I'm now going to take a nice walk back to the ferry terminal and head back into Central. I can't believe I'm actually doing an outro for a video for once and not just ending it abruptly, but we're making progress. Thank you for watching today, and I will see you again tomorrow. I've made it back to the ferry terminal. It took me 45 minutes. I know you're probably thinking you could have literally just got on a bus, but I don't function that way. So my ferry doesn't actually leave for another 45 minutes, and then I will be back in Sydney Central. Welcome to another day in Sydney. I am on my way to meet Leonora, who is a girl that I met in one of my other hostels, because we are going to go to Watson Bay today. morning everyone. I knew that my outro video at the Olympic Park was going a little bit too well the other day, and I went to Watson's Bay yesterday and started filming and it was all going well, and then I realised I forgot to charge my battery the night before, so my camera died. Watson's Bay was really good. We went for the coastal walk around the beaches and then up to Hornby Lighthouse, which was really fun. I got a flight this morning from Sydney to Brisbane at 6 AM and I arrived around 20 minutes ago now, so I'm just here waiting for the next part of my adventure to begin. I just want to say thank you for watching the Sydney video, and here comes the next bit of excitement.